Hi everybody, so I will be demonstrating how to bake chocolate chip cookies from scratch. All of the ingredients have already been laid out for this recipe. So to start, you'll need a half cup or 1 stick of butter, which has been softened at room temperature. You'll need a half a cup of granulated sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 egg, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a half teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of sea salt. And finally, you will need 1 cup of chocolate chips. You will also need a stand mixer or a hand mixer, a spoon or an ice cream scooper to measure out your cookie dough, a spatula, a baking sheet, and some parchment paper. Okay, so the first step is to preheat the oven to 375 degrees and also to line a baking sheet with parchment paper, which I have already done. To begin making the cookie dough, you will first add your butter, white sugar, brown sugar, vanilla extract, and egg to your mixing bowl. Then you'll close your mixer and turn on the power to low power and mix it until the ingredients are combined. And your batter should look something like this when the first step is done. Now that the wet ingredients are incorporated, we can add the dry ingredients. So we can add the flour to the mixing bowl, the baking soda, baking powder, and sea salt, and your chocolate chips. Close that again and turn the mixer back on low power until the ingredients are combined and it forms a dough-like consistency. This is what the cookie dough should look like when all of the ingredients are combined. So now that we have our cookie dough, we can begin rolling the shape of the balls. This recipe yields approximately 18 cookies, but it will depend on how big or how small you end up making your cookies. So I always take my spoon and I go in and take about 2 to 3 tablespoons of dough before using my hands to finish rolling them into the shape of a ball. And then I place it right on the prepared baking sheet that we have. So this is about what your cookie dough balls should look like after they've been rolled. They should be spaced evenly on the baking sheet and be rolled to approximately the same size so they will bake evenly in the oven. Okay, so the final step is to put your pan of cookies into the oven and set the timer for 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so now that the cookies are done, you can pull them out of the oven and place them up here. They should be just like a little golden brown because that's how you know that they're done. And you'll want to keep them on the baking sheet for just a couple of minutes to help them firm up and set up. So that way, when you go to take them off onto the cooling rack, they won't break. Finally, the cookies are completely set, so they can be taken off of the baking sheet and placed on the cooling rack to cool completely. This has been my demonstrative video on how to bake chocolate chip cookies. I hope that you learned something new and thank you for watching.